Get involved in your community. I know it's a very simple message, but it's something that really helped me when I got out of the service. I served from 2010 to 2014 as United States Air Force Security Forces. I enlisted because I wanted to avoid going to college, and I got out as soon as I found out that I had to go to college to promote past senior airmen. All in all, my military career was a interesting one, a short one, and it's one of the reasons why I try not to flaunt it too much on this channel. But since it is Veterans Day, so happy Veterans Day to all my fellow veterans out there, I wanted to share a message that really has helped me out over the years. And that's the simple first sentence of this video. Get involved in your community. When I first got out of the military, I was pretty lost. I had no idea what to do, where to go. I came back and started working on the farm and tried to rekindle a bunch of those old friendships that I had from back in my high school days and whatnot. But when you uproot your life and move away for 4 years or more, for those of you who serve longer contracts, it's hard to come back and fit back into your community. All of my friends moved on and had different jobs and different lives. They had new groups of friends. They had girlfriends. They had wives. They had husbands. And it was quite difficult to come back and find my niche in them again. What really, truly helped me and ended up probably saving me in some ways, because I dealt with a lot of depression and everything when I first got out of the military, was joining my local fire department. I've been a part of my fire department for over 10 years now, and it has been the best decision I've made in my entire life, outside of my wonderful wife and children. Joining my local fire department has given me that team aspect that is sometimes removed entirely when you get out of the military. It gives you that high tempo, the adrenaline. It gave me a sense of purpose, and being part of a team that goes out and accomplishes missions. Being part of a team with missions to directly impact and help your community is huge and went a very long ways to helping me transition from my military days to my civilian days. The other great thing about joining your local fire department is you will be directly helping out your community. Going out and seeing the people that you live and work with, seeing the people that maybe your kids go to school with, and being that kind of beacon of help out there. Going and doing things that you see the tangible results of. When you go into a burning structure fire and you're in a life or death scenario in some ways, and you're actively battling against a blaze, and you're able to make a rescue, you're able to recover some item from the house that has a very special meaning to the people who just lost their house. When you're going up against a wildfire and you're putting out these burning grasses and trees before they can get to someone's house and they're there to thank you. When you're running a medical call on someone who is about to lose one of their loved ones and you're able to bring them back from the brink. When you're running a traumatic vehicle accident and you are in the middle of a chaotic, frenzied scene and you're able to help out your fellow man, you're able to help out your community. It does so much. It goes so far to enabling you to transition from that military to civilian aspect. And being in the military really makes it a lot easier to be a part of the fire department because you have that training to fall back on of taking orders, of respect of your leadership, of being able to just go, this sucks sometimes, but we can get through it because what can suck worse than boot camp or being in the desert or being on post for 14 hours a day and trying to, hopefully you get relief, but the relief is late and then getting done with that and having to go to a dental or a medical or, God forbid, a finance meeting, having to get off a shift and then go to, a remount or go to a commander's call, go to something that you're just going, all I want to do is go home and sleep. That will really prepare you for those sucky days when sometimes you just gotta nut up or shut up and get to work. But maybe you're thinking, hey, fire department, not for me. I don't like fire. I don't like, traumatic vehicle accidents. I don't like that. What else do you got? Search and rescue. I've been a part of search and rescue for 6 years now, I think, and it is a lot lower tempo than firefighting, but is still a much needed service in your community and is a great way to get outdoors. The whole reason I joined search and rescue was because I missed the days of being a Boy Scout and being able to go and hike around the mountains without having to schedule it months in advance. Now, with search and rescue, most of our calls are up in the mountains, and you get to go up into the mountains in the fresh air. You get to go up into the mountains in the fresh air, the sunshine, the mist, the fog, the rain, the snow, depending on the time of year. Or, your mileage may vary depending on where you live, but being able to get out to the outdoors with a mission in mind that you know is directly going to help someone, either by saving them or recovering their remains so their family members have closure, that is also such a huge service you can do for your community. And you might be thinking, well, I don't know, I'm not in the greatest shape anymore, I can't do ground pounding stuff, I don't know how I'd fit in. There is a niche you can fill in your search and rescue organization. We have multiple teams on ours, everything from rope rescue team to water rescue team to drone team, which is I lead the drone team for my search and rescue department. Say you don't like hiking around out there, but you love working behind a computer. Start looking into CalTopo, SARTopo, ADIAT, Nova, all the various programs that you can use for mapping out stuff with search and rescue. There's a niche for you, I'm sure. And if there isn't one, then make it. You would be surprised what technology is out there, and yeah, it might take some time to get it adopted, but when you can show what the various technologies can do, it's amazing how you can get people to come around. Now, say you're not into firefighting. Say you're not into search and rescue. Say you don't want to have anything to do with emergency services at all. You just want to help out your community. Look into your local Lions Club. Look into your local Elks Club, local Kiwanis Club, your local Rotary Club. Look into any of the service organizations in your area. I'm sure there are some, and they will probably open you with open arms. Maybe you don't like the adrenaline. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything crazy. You don't have to do anything high adrenaline. The first service club I joined when I got out of the military was Kiwanis. And I was part of Kiwanis for quite some time, even before I went to the military, because my parents were involved in it. And this is just a meeting of people in town who legitimately wanted to do good in their community. I remember specifically my favorite thing to do in Kiwanis was to go and deliver food and gifts around Christmas time to families who needed it in town. We would have signups for people who said, yeah, I could use a little bit of help this Christmas. And we would get frozen turkeys, we would get beans, we'd get pie, we'd get potatoes, we'd get rice, and we'd also get a list of, what children they had and their ages, so we could then go out and purchase a gift for them. And then every year before Christmas, we'd go around and we'd deliver them to those families in town that needed them. And if that doesn't stir something in your heart, when you bring those food and gifts to a family who truly needs it, I don't know what to tell you. You will never feel as good about yourself as you do when you go there and you help out a family in need. That's the main takeaway I want you to take from this video, is if you're struggling when you get out of the military, you're trying to figure out, you're lost in life, you're adrift, you're trying to figure out, what do I do now? Join your fire department, join your search and rescue, join one of your local service organizations. Not only will it really help you get back on your feet and start doing missions to help people again, the connections you make will directly lead you down to points in life that you may not have thought possible. It will significantly help you make those connections if you need help, connections if you need a job. It's amazing how far just being nice and helping out people for completely altruistic reasons can get you. I met my wife through Kiwanis. I've met my best friends through fire department. And I got my start in doing YouTube stuff through search and rescue. That's all I wanted to say. I know, quick little message out of the blue, but I always get kind of, I don't know what the word is, thoughtful. I always get a little thoughtful around Veterans Day because I have a lot of veteran friends, obviously, and many of them I know are struggling. I've even had a couple of veteran friends take their lives. And hate hearing that. I hate hearing those numbers. I hate hearing those statistics, and I don't want any of you to end up on that list, like I almost did, and like many of my friends have. Get involved in your community. It will help them, and it'll help you. Happy Veterans Day, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.